Have you ever worked out your budget and just not had enough to save for the long term? It's okay. We all have had it, and today's going to be one of those budget and cash stuffs with me. I have just gotten paid for my nursing pay as well as some back pay, and a lot of the end of the month for me is very heavy with income coming in, but we have a lot of things that need to be done along the way. And so I think with this check, I'm going to be paying some bills and taking care of some things that have to be taken care of, and then putting the rest towards cash envelopes and maybe a little towards a sinking fund or two. But if I don't have enough to go into savings challenges or even some sinking funds, I'm okay. And I think you would be too. Let's see how it all works out and do it together. And if that sounds like something that interests you, seeing how I'm going to budget dollar for dollar, even when you're a little short in the payday, then let's get right into the video. All right, to get started, I'm going to push Phineas and Fiona back a little bit. And honestly, when I pre-planned out my month, I kind of knew that I would have to be paying mainly bills out of this second nursing check, right? So I'll explain in just a minute. Let's go ahead and look at the month view of my budget. I love creating a monthly view budget because I feel like it helps me to see everything that I'm going to need to do and how the money's actually going to be dispersed. This is my monthly spread. If you didn't see me set up this budget, I'll put a video up here so you can actually see the layout of the land and how I planned on spending everything or saving some, right? I did get a check in the beginning of the month for $3,500, which was a nursing check. This happens to be a magic month for me where I get three paychecks in 1 month, okay? So I got that money. However, if you're new to my channel, I do pay for my daughter's housing, and the semester already started here. So she needed some money for housing, and the due date payment pay by was right here. I put on here Janae's housing. That has since been taken care of. And so when I got paid this time, instead of getting $23.50, I got $21.03. And my back pay, I did receive that. Instead of it being $7.20, I ended up giving $7.22. So those two amounts are what we're going to budget with today. Now, I did put some check marks by the things that I already took care of. Jace's birthday was a hit, but I did overspend on his birthday more than I anticipated because I ended up taking my family to dinner, and I didn't budget for that. Xfinity, I did go ahead and pay that. I also paid my AT&T bill. However, I didn't pay my line of credit, and I'm going to work on that out of my YouTube pay because I need some money just to make it work until next payday, until I get paid again from YouTube, and also until I get some book sale money, Amazon money, and hopefully some Etsy money. I really have to have some cash flow in my cash envelope so that I can make it through until next pay period. And so with that being said, most of my money from this time is going to go to cash envelopes. Let me show you how I worked it all out. If you weren't here when I did the monthly spread, I actually wrote down all the sinking funds that I like to have money go into this month, as well as savings challenge and emergency fund. And if you were here, you saw that I made a mistake and I counted in the $3,500 from the first check, my first nursing check of the month, which we know that needs to go towards Janae's housing. So, and an additional $1,500 right here for Janae's housing needed to go as well. So a lot of this is overestimated by about $3,000, and I'll have to figure out how I'm going to penny pinch, rob Peter to pay Paul later in the month to make it all work. But for right now, I do have enough to take care of some of those bills that we discussed, as well as put some money towards my cash envelope. So I'll have float money for the next week until I get paid again. So let's go ahead and work it all out on this budget sheet. By the way, if you're interested in this planner, this is called the Easy Cash Budget Weekly Planner 2nd Edition. I do sell these down in Amazon. They're linked in my Amazon storefront. They're very affordable, less than $20 if you get yourself on hands on a planner. And it also has savings challenges built in. We're working on, this one was quarter 2s. We're working on quarter 3s right now. But there's 4 challenges listed in this book. If you don't want to actually have the physical product and you're interested in just a digital download of the pages, then you can head down below to my Etsy store and purchase a digital download. And I am going to be relaunching my Etsy store for physical products coming soon. I'll show you guys a couple of things that I'll be adding in today's video, but there'll be another shop vlog coming up soon. All right, so for my income, we already discussed I had RN pay, and that was $21.03. And that was for my regular part-time hours. I didn't have any extra hours. I told you guys I was kind of getting burnt out with going in extra. This week right here, I did go in extra, as well as next week I have 1 extra day on the book. So there'll be some extra towards the end of the month. All right. Also, I got my retro pay. and that was for $722. That was something I knew that I was going to get. I thought I guesstimated about $720. It came to $722, so I was right on point. All right, so $2103 plus $722, that equals $2825, and that's what I had to work with this time. And I know, that seems like a lot, right? That seems like I ought to be balling. No, she's not, because she had to still pay for Janae's housing. I'm just going to put it as a bill over here, and I put an extra $1,500 with what I received last time, as well as I had to pay my phone bill, as I already showed you. That phone bill was very high. It had some roaming charges from Japan that Janae incurred from not using our pocket Wi-Fi. I could slap her for it, but it is what it is. And then Xfinity is the other one, and that was for $220. So all of those equaled up to $1,500 plus $410 plus $220. That is $2,103. Oh no, what am I saying? That's $2,130. That was really similar to that. It got me on my step. All right, so anyway, $2,825 minus $2,130, that equals $695 left. Now, out of that, I did already spend some on Jace's birthday party, but I'll explain what sinking funds I'm going to consider that coming out of. Right now, let me scoot this to the side. Right now, let's work on cash envelopes, because I am going to need some cash envelope money to make it the rest of the week. So until next week when I get my YouTube check. So for right now, we're going to say groceries. That's the big one for us. And I'm going to put $150. I also want to put gas for $25. That's 1 tank of gas, and that's enough for me to make it until next week. Stunkin', I'm going to be working 3 days this coming week, and so I'm putting $20. Yeah, $20. That's enough. Also, my coffee's only about $3 or $4 a piece, so that ought to be more than enough, actually. Also, my nails. If you guys don't know, I got in trouble at work for nails. Ugh, boo! And so I've been getting them polished at the nail shop, and it's $20 for just a polish change. So I've been doing that. Okay. Could I polish them at home? Maybe. Could they last? Probably not. So I just decided I'm going to get a manicure here and there, and so it's $20. And I'm doing that once a week. So that kind of equates to like my $40 or $60 I used to spend on nails before, because I would go like every 3 weeks. Now I'm going once a week, and I spend about $20. It's about the same. About $60 I used to spend. Is just being spent in a different way. And it gives me more color variety that way. All right, last but not least, towards the kids, which is Jace's envelope for getting snacks before school, I'm going to put $10 for him. That's literally like 2 runs for him that he can get. So we have $150 plus $25 plus $20 plus $20 plus $10. So that's $225. And we take the $695 minus $225, and that equals $470 remaining. Well, I did already spend some of that money. Okay, you guys, sorry, I had to go let Jason the door. I saw him coming. I was like, oh my gosh, I got to go let him in. And one thing I forgot down here is eating out. Because I'm like, I think I don't have that much left. Okay, so eating out, I wanted to put a $75. So then that'll make this $300, and that'll make this $170. No, wait. Add right, girl. $695 minus $300, $395. $395. Okay, that sounds about right. All right, so now that we got that in place, let's talk about what I've already spent out of this check for Jace's birthday. And I took it out of my savings and then replenished it when I got paid. I did have some money budgeted for, let's do some highlighting. Let's use green this month. All right, I did have some money already planned for birthdays, and so we're going to do that. I also took care of Janae's. We can highlight that. Birthdays, I definitely want to use that money that I put back in savings as stuffing birthdays. There's nothing in the birthday envelope because I took what was there, but I also had to take an extra $100 out of savings. So we're going to count that as stuffing our birthday envelope for the month and using it. Also, giving. I'm going to do that because I basically gave some to my oldest son, okay? Because I invited him to come. So we're going to say giving. And that $100 has been satisfied for the month. All right, last but not least, I spent about another $40, so I don't know where I'm going to take that out of. Let's take it out of glasses. Right now, there's no press for glasses. So if we have an extra 50 to put in there later, we will. I'm going to say glasses and 40 because I end up taking 240 out. And so 240 is the total. Is that right? Yeah, 240 is the total. So out of 395, is that right? 695 minus 300. Wait, 150, 25, 20, 20, 10, 75. Yeah, 300. Okay. And then out of 695, okay. So out of 395, we're going to take 240 away. And that's $155 more. Thinking, what else did I pay? Oh, I know what it was. Janae, okay, so for Janae's housing, she had a processing fee of $98. So I forgot about that. So we'll put over here Janae, and that was $98. And that can actually come out of half of her envelope, because I said this month I might only give her $100. And since she had that $98 processing fee that's already come out, we're going to take that out. So now we're down to $395 minus 240 is $155 minus the 98. That's $57. So we'll put $60 towards Jace. I really do feel like I took his money out of his envelope, and that wasn't fair because that was his birthday. I'm not going to mark him off over here because that's kind of like repaying his birthday envelope. Do you see what I'm saying? This should have been extra on top of that for the month that I'm saving for him to be able to use when he wants. And I took the money out of his little envelope. So I'm only going to put 60 back today, and that ought to make it even. All right. So that means this comes up to 300, and that leaves left 95, and then we'll pay the 98, and that's 0. So that's exactly what happened with this check already some, and the rest is still to be stuffed. I'm going to be stuffing the cash envelopes today, as well as putting the money into Jace's folder, and I think that's it. So I should have $360. So let me go ahead and get that together so we can do the cash stuffing portion of the video. Before we get going with the cash stuffing portion of the video, let me show you guys a couple of new items that I will be bringing to Etsy. And there might be a couple more, but for right now, some of these things I've shown you, some of them I haven't. And we're going to flip through them really quickly. And then I'm going to try to get an Etsy shop vlog out with me because I will be creating some of these products. So I figured I can kind of restock and talk about how I want to relaunch the shop. So the first thing are these 2 character booklets. This one does not have the trim. Okay, it doesn't have the blue trim. This one does. And I thought at first I was going to pick one or the other, but I put a poll on Instagram and here on YouTube in shorts, and people said they liked both. A lot of people said they like both. Some said, oh, sell the one without the trim. It looks so clean. And the other one was like, oh, I like the one with the blue. So I'll be offering both of these as an option. It will come with the cover as well as as well as 12 of these little envelopes that you can write whatever you want. So let's say you wanted it to say $100. You can do that. This is a Vis-a-Vis wet erase marker, but you can also use a Sharpie and then use alcohol. You also can make this one say Christmas. You know, you could do that. You can have one say your son's name's Jace and do that and have 12 different envelopes. You also could date them for the month. So let's say you put October and you save whatever you want for the month of October. These could be wiped off and then reuse those. So that's what's the beauty of these. There's 12 of these type envelopes. I'm calling this one the Sweet Treat Edition, the Character Binder Sweet Treat Edition. So it has a lot of sweets, even on the front, candies and ice cream and cookies and croissants. And so you get 12 of these envelopes as well as the back cover, and it looks like this. It's really nice. I think it's super cute, and I'll probably use it for something myself. And then this is the one without the border, and it still has the same envelopes inside. So these are going to be coming to my shop soon. I also made this challenge. Now this challenge I am going to be offering, I think, for $6. I'm pretty sure it'll be $6. Because even though this one is the perfect challenge with cats, this is for cats and dogs, and this is a low income challenge for only $75. There's no skip or doubles. All the numbers I think are below 15. And I expected that I would flip it this way, but when it printed, it actually flips this way. So for that reason, I'm selling these for $6. It's a double-sided scratch-off with 10 scratchers on each side. This one is called the Positively Adorable Challenge, and it also saves $75. So with this card total, you can save $150 if you purchase this one. And finally, I made some bookmarks. Now for this one, let me see. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get it together. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so for these, I've only made 3 so far, and I am going to make some other kind of bookmark challenges. So let me show you how they would look in the binder. I am going to be selling an envelope. Oh, here's some in here. I am going to be selling an envelope that goes with it that will have vinyl on clear A6 envelope, and it's just going to say bookmark challenges, and it'll look like my regular. I'll show you later. When I do my Etsy shop vlog, I'll be making some of those envelopes. So those envelopes will be for purchase as well. If you want to buy a set of 3, you can get an envelope to go with it, but you don't have to. So they fit in here like this, and these are the challenges. So the first one is the $15 blocks challenge. All of these little blocks add up to $15. So this one's a total of $60, and you just mark them off with a vis-a-vis, and you can wipe it off because they are laminated. The back side of that is double the B challenge. So underneath these dots, one of them has a B. I think, no, 2 of them. 2 of them have a B, and it'll say, 5 times 2. So you got to save $10 for that one. But it adds up to $120. So most of these are low income because I'm feeling like I want to do one of these per month. So that's kind of how I'm going to run it. You can do it with me, or you can do it at your own pace. The fall challenge is the one for September that I'll be doing. I'm trying to complete both of these for this month of August, and this is going to be September's challenge, and this is ready for fall, and it saves $100. There's no skip or doubles. It's just a straight challenge that adds up to $100 with 5 dots on it. On the back side of that one is the Save-A-Ween challenge, like Halloween, and it saves $150. I'm going to do this one for the month of October, and so it has these set amounts that you just color in. This one, the largest one, is 45, so, be mindful, but you'll save $150 in just 5 dots. And you can save 1 per week for the month of October, or you can save them as you can, do 2 at a time. It's up to you how you pace yourself. For the month of November, I'm going to be doing this one, which this is called the Thankful Challenge. And this one is skip or double, so there's a skip or double in here, so you'll save 80 plus depending on what you skip. Most of the numbers are pretty low, though, because you'll save at least $80 in 4 numbers. And then after that, I think they're about $20 each. And then after that, if you double one, you'd be saving $40 that time. So that's the skip or double. And finally, for Christmas time, I'm going to be doing this one. This is the Merry Christmas Challenge. It saves $180, and it has different dollar amounts with different characters. This one's 5, 15, 30, 40, 10, 20, 25, and 35. So the little dots, you just color them in next to each Christmas character that you see. And so these are going to be called the Bookmark Challenges, and I'm going to make an envelope that says Bookmark Challenges with hollow writing on, or what is it? Is it hollow? Yeah, hollow writing on a clear A6 envelope like my regular savings challenges. Hold on. Like this. It'll be like this, but it'll say Bookmark Challenge. And so I'm going to be making some of those. I might even add a little heart or something up here. I don't know, but Bookmark Challenge is what, and it's going to be one of these clear A6 envelopes with that on there that you'll be able to purchase in addition. So you could put the bookmarks in front of the one envelope and then continuously stuff that one envelope for all the challenges. So that is a new product that I'll be bringing to my Etsy store as well. So that's 3 new things right there. Also, I'm going to be restuffing some of the older products that I already had available in my shop. And some of them will be in limited edition, like the character savings box, the regular savings box, as well as some scratch and save books. I have a few of those left, and so I'm going to be listing those. All right, let's move on to the cash stuffing portion of this video. I have my cash envelopes. This style of cash envelopes I am going to be adding to the shop as well as the character ones, bringing them back, the florals. Yeah, all of those, I'll be bringing all of those back. This one, I did get spilled something on a couple of these, but I'm still going to use them until I make new ones, so they're there. For the count up of the bills, let's start there because I didn't even do that part. Cash tray on deck. We should have the $300 for the cash envelopes and then $60 for Jace, which is 1, 50, 70, 90, 210, 230, 250, 270, 290, 310, $320, $30, $40, $50, $55, $360. So that's the $360. I do want to put some money into Phineas and Fiona, so let's do that first. Because I have coins in here for me spending money. Let's see. All right. I also have my SoFi card in here. If you guys don't know, I have a high yield savings account with SoFi. I'll put a video up here that discusses that. And I'm excited to be getting my $300 at the end of the month because I did have a certain amount of direct deposits go over there. So I should get my $300 bonus. Also, a couple of you used my link to sign up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I did receive my bonus from that. And you also should have received your bonus as well. So, you know, that's ways to make extra money on the side. This is little Fiona. I thought about restocking her in the shop, either in pink or blue. If you guys are interested in that, go ahead and comment under my pinned comment to let me know if you'd be interested in buying a pink one or a blue one, because that way I can look into ordering some of these as well. I just didn't want to stock both colors. Next is little Phineas, and he holds all my pennies. I haven't been putting a lot of money into these pigs at all this year, but I'm telling you, little Phineas is almost full. He been full since July. I mean, since April. He been about full, so he really can't do much. But he held those last little pennies though, right? Okay, so we're going to say thank you, Phineas, and put him back over here. Okay, now that we got all that out of the way, let's go ahead and move on to our sinking funds. I'm not going to be putting anything in my envelope because not this time, but don't worry. I'm going to get some money before the end of the month, but we're not going to do it right now. For kids, I didn't want to put $10 for Jace. Actually, I'm going to put 2 5s because then I could just give him $5 each time and he can go do what he need to do. That'll be 2 runs for him. All right, next up is groceries, and groceries is going to get $150. I might bring you guys along for the spending of these cash envelopes over the next couple of days, or a few days, because it might take me a few days to get to it. But yeah, I might bring you guys along for that. Gas is going to get $25. Oh no, now I got to put a 10 in Jace because I don't have no 5s. Hold on. Okay, let's put this $10 in kids. All right. And then let's put 25 into gas. And that's that. Yeah, because Eat Out is supposed to have 75. 20, 40, 60, 75. 20, 40, 60, 75. I would like to believe that I'm not going to eat out like that, but I already know me. So, yeah. And plus, I'm not putting anything in weekend fun. I have to work a portion of the weekend, so there's that part. Stunkin is going to get 20. I'm still obsessed with the marshmallow fluff. Is it marshmallow fluff? No. Marshmallow cold foam at Dunkin'. And Rami, she sent me a video from TikTok how to make it at home with marshmallow fluff. And I tried it. I bought the marshmallow fluff, y'all, because I was just that serious. With some heavy cream and whisked it up, and it just didn't hit the same. I'm sad because I really was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I mean, it's good enough, but it's not it. So I'm going to be getting my Dunkin' Donuts. Weekend fun, I'm not putting any money in there this weekend, but we really, you know, are probably going to be doing something. Maybe tomorrow. If we do, I'll take it out to Eat Out. Nails, I'm going to put $20 because I know I need to go get my nails done next week before YouTube pay. So there's that. And that's everything. Oh, wait, did I have anything in here? I got a couple of dollars for Big Bertha. Let me go and drop it in there. Because I had more, and I actually tipped the nail lady with Big Bertha dollars. So, yeah, I'm just disrespecting the whole flow. Here's Big Bertha. We've already counted her up, and I've not been adding anything. We'll add that little couple of dollars and move on for today. Last but not least, it should be $60, and I'm going to put this into my sinking fund for Jace. So, let me do that. It really wasn't on... It really wasn't on him that I didn't have anything saved under birthday like I should to give him the big shebang that he would love. So, so I took some money out of his envelope, out of my envelope, out of giving, out of the money I was supposed to stuff in the birthdays. We had all kind of things going on that day. But anyway, I got him his present and his birthday's over. And now the next birthday I have to worry about is not all the way until February. I think my mom's birthday's February. So I have some time to build it back up. What I did realize, though, is that these sinking funds are most important to me because when I don't have them done or when I don't have the college binder done, it just puts me into a hole, you know? And if I don't have anything to reach for, like Janae called me today and asked me, oh, I took out my braids. Can I get braids at the end of September? I said, yeah, we'll see. And so I know in beauty, I need to put some money in there because there's no money in there. Okay. So I got to get that stuffed. I think I planned this month for 100. I'll probably put some more next month so she can make sure she has enough for her braids. But you know, it's just, I was building up my sinking funds so much and I stopped doing that to do savings challenges. I dispersed some of the money from savings challenges into sinking funds. I want to continue to work on building up my sinking funds again. I saw the Crystal Method and she said, I miss my sinking fund. She even put out a short about it. And I was like, I totally understand. Like, if you don't have sinking funds, I feel like, well, at least for me, when I don't have sinking funds, I mean, I speak for you and your finances, but when I don't have sinking funds, I feel like I have nothing to pull from when I need to spend money on things that are going to occur. Birthdays are coming. You know what I mean? Jace needing more shoes and clothes. It's going to come. And there's nothing in the clothing fund. We've already zeroed it out for back to school, you know? So there was a time when I had lots of money in these savings, that I had lots of money in these sinking funds. And so I wouldn't have to pull out of my savings in order to make something happen. And I want to get back to that because I don't want to have to necessarily work extra hours, but I do want to save in these categories. Also, I think I told you guys my guy is moving in, so he'll be paying half the bills, which is going to be a huge relief for me. I'm thinking the money he gives me, I'm going to start trying to funnel some of it towards sinking funds, some of it towards my 401k percentage going up, but some of it towards sinking funds so that I can really build up. And when I need to spend, the money will be here. Well, I think that's everything for today. I mean, it seems like it just went so fast because I really didn't have a whole lot of cash to stuff. Out of the $2,825, we literally stuffed $360 of it, but I had to take care of Janae's housing, and that's my bad for not stuffing the college binder. My goal is going to be to put about $1,000 in that college binder every single month, as I was doing before. So by the end of the semester, I'll have at least $5,000 to $6,000 that I can use towards her housing and the money that goes on her food, because like she puts money onto her, what do they call it? Dining dollars onto her account so she can have money to eat on campus. So that's also a part of what I have to fund. And that $5,000 seems to be enough per semester. So I really just need to make it a goal of mine to put at least $1,000 in the college binder every single month. And we'll see if I can get there this month. I didn't budget all the way for it this month. No, because I'm going on a trip. So we'll just start next month. Okay. All right. So there's that part. I mean, if I can get to it, I will. But if I can't, I'm not going to like beat myself over the head. But it is a goal that I have, at least for September, October, November, December, and January, because I have to pay in the middle of January for her whole housing. Hopefully I can get that done. All right. That's enough chit chat for all this time. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to bring you guys a Etsy shop vlog because I am going to be working on creating some new products and talking about the relaunch and how that's all going to go and what it's going to look like. I am thinking about a sale, and I'll announce all that tomorrow. And then I want to announce something really fun that I want to do at the end of the month for a friend of mine. And so we'll talk about that as well in next video. So make sure you guys show up for that Etsy shop vlog, not only so you can see what I'll be releasing and how I'm working on some of the products and just spend the day with me, but because I do have a fun project at the end of the month that I want you guys to be a huge part of. All right. I think that's everything for today. Be stronger than your excuses, Salisa. Believe it or not, this month I'm actually following suit with what I need to do. Maybe because I have to. Like, I mean, I can't have Janae not have a place to lay her head at school, right? So, so I'm following through with what I need to do and trying to be realistic about what I want to spend. Like that whole eat out budget of $75 for me and Jace for a week, we can do it. But I mean, do we usually spend more than that? Sometimes. We're going to be disciplined though. You know what I mean? We just got to like make it happen the way it's supposed to. And grocery shopping as well. I might bring a vlog along for you guys to see how I'm actually going to try to plan out some meals and grocery shop for this next week. All right. I think that's everything for today. I thank you so much for being here. If you made it all the way to the end of this video and you're a real one, put this one single emoji right here letting me know that you made it. Also, subscribe to the channel because those of you who are new to this and those of you who are true to this, I appreciate you for being here. The channel is growing and I see you guys coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lastly, don't forget to like this video because it helps it to be suggested to somebody else who might need the inspiration to continue to budget, continue to do the things you're supposed to do without excuses. Even if you don't have money for sinking funds or savings challenges, it's okay, okay? It'll work itself out in another payday. It just won't be today. And finally, share this video with someone if you think they need help in just laying out a budget or seeing an example of laying out a budget and putting money away for spending for the week. All right, I think that's everything for today. I love you all, and I will see you all very soon. Take care.